I think I would have really liked to have known C.S. Lewis because some of the things I read from him just make me laugh. And I recently read this quote that did make me chuckle. He said, "Everyone feels benevolent if nothing seems to be annoying them at the moment." And that's just a great reminder of the fact that we can all exercise the fruit of the Spirit. We can all be kind. We can all be loving. We can all be gracious when there's nothing annoying us. In the same way, we can all trust God when everything's going well in our life, when we're healthy, when there's not a fear of job loss, when we aren't worried about our kids' schoolwork. It's easy to trust God when the circumstances of life are going well. But James tells us that we need to consider it joy even when there are trials. Let me read what he said. "Consider it all joy, my brethren, when you encounter various trials, knowing that the testing of your faith produces endurance. And let endurance have its perfect result, so that you may be perfect and complete, lacking in nothing." And the idea that James is talking about there is that the way that we mature in our faith, the way that we grow in our relationship with God, is by going through difficult times. It's by facing annoying situations. And I know that right now we are on a broad spectrum of what is difficult. Some of us still have jobs, but we're having to adjust to working in a different environment. Some of us have lost jobs, and we are truly concerned about how we're going to be able to pay our bills. Some of us are healthy, and we're just frustrated that we can't go to the gym. Obviously, that's not me. But some of us are not healthy. We already weren't healthy, and now we have further issues that are coming up. Some of us love the idea that we can spend time at home, and we're looking for hobbies and cleaning out rooms and just feeling very satisfied with our home life. And others of us feel just constrained by being at home. It's not that we don't like our homes or our families, but we feel like we need more input. We want to be able to go out and about, even if it's just to go to Target and browse leisurely through the aisles. But in each of these situations, no matter whether they're small annoyances or really what we would consider big problems, we need to learn to trust God. We need to learn to allow Him to use these trials in our life to grow us. And there is this little word in the verses that I read. It says, "And let endurance have its perfect result." There's a sense in which we need to cooperate with God's Spirit in making these trials have a positive result. Otherwise, we're just grumbling and complaining, and we're not growing and we're not maturing. The fact that we're going through a difficult time doesn't mean that we will grow spiritually. It's that cooperation with the Spirit. It's the making those daily decisions to choose to do what pleases God rather than what pleases ourselves. It's the time spent in prayer. And A.W. Tozer has some great advice for this. Here's what he says. "What then are we to do about our problems? We must learn to live with them until such time as God delivers us from them. We must pray for grace to endure them without murmuring. Problems patiently endured will work for our spiritual perfecting. They harm us only when we resist them or endure them unwillingly." Now, we know that there are problems that can harm us. I don't think that's what Tozer was talking about. He was talking about they harm us in terms of our relationship with God or in terms of our spiritual growth when we just fight against them or resist what God is trying to do in our lives. So today I would encourage you, whether it's a day when it's easy to be benevolent because there's nothing annoying us, or whether it's a day when you are just trying to get through without blowing up at somebody or melting into tears, I would encourage you to let God's Spirit use this time to work toward maturing us to be more like Jesus. If there's some way that we can help you, if there's some way that we can pray for you, just email us at the church. We would love to come alongside and even just help process through some of the feelings that you have. God is for us, and he wants us to grow during this time. He's not going to waste these months that we are spending in isolation at home. He's going to use them for our good and for his glory. We can trust him in that.